Leo rising. You look great, by the way. I just want to say that I'd start off the video this way. Your June 2023 forecast. Let me tell you how important of a month this is for you. You're going to get a little bit of extra than the other rising sign videos I did. And I'm going to start off differently here. I want you to understand something. I want to tell you that I know that you have been through a little bit of a story here just in the last month. The tension involved, the challenge, and your need to really show yourself again. Now, some people not understand the want and need for you to break free from something. But I'll tell you, I understand. I know it from my clients and the stories I've been hearing. And this month is a huge, huge transition, a beginning of an interesting theme. And I'm going to get to that here in the middle of the video. I'm going to start off with the full moon that happens on June 3rd in a fellow fire sign of Sagittarius. This is important here because that part of the chart that is ruled by Sagittarius in your chart for the Leo risings has to do with like the house of pleasure, the things that feel good, how you share in those pleasures with others. It deals with kids, creative expression, how you create, how you show yourself. Now, I know you're in this zone right now and you've been waiting to do this and you're pushing something out, something new. You want to be seen, and I see you. Again, full moon illuminates this stuff, brings a different, higher vision that Sagittarius does. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. Jupiter is a questing planet that has a philosophical quest that it's on and likes to expand out and push out. And that is happening in the area of your chart that deals with how you connect with pleasures in your life and how you feel good and how you express yourself. I will point out that on that full moon day of the 3rd, that Mercury's in the sign of Taurus still after 2 months actually of being there, going through a retrograde process, and is connecting with Uranus, the planet of rebellion, erraticness, and surprise, things that come out of the blue. There's something about this full moon that's connected to something new and something coming from a different place, an alternative way of communicating and talking. The reason why I'm bringing this up is Jupiter, which I mentioned is the original ruler of Sagittarius. It is currently in the sky in Taurus too. So that day, we have Jupiter in Taurus, we have the North Node in Taurus, Mercury and Uranus in Taurus. And here you are wanting to express yourself and have this illuminating moment in the house of pleasures and how you show yourself, express yourself, and how you connect with others and how you want to share and joy. Huge week for you. But it's not just the 3rd. Because when we get to June 5th, it is a day that is probably will be looked at as one of the most important days and start of a story for you for the rest of the year. As a matter of fact, Venus, the planet that deals with love and relationships and how our connection to money and resources is and how we relate to all things and how we like to harmonize things, is entering your sign of Leo on June 5th. Now, currently in the sky that day, we have Mars that's already entered Leo at the end of May. It started off an intense story going on with its connection to Jupiter in Taurus and Pluto in Aquarius, this tension, this fixed energy where you need to show yourself in a new way again. And here comes Venus, the beautifier, rules beauty, comes into your sign to beautify you and to show that and how you want to connect and show that to the world. This is amazing, isn't it? Feels good, doesn't it? It's about time, isn't it? But let me tell you, Venus doesn't just go hang out in the sign for a month and a half. Venus is going to go through Leo, and when we get to summer, it's going to go retrograde. As a matter of fact, Venus is going to be in your world all the way from June to the end of October for what I think is one of the biggest astrological transits of the year for everybody. And this is a long story. You like your drama? You're about to get the drama. As a matter of fact, my Leo risings, you might get sick of drama at one point in the middle of the summertime. Maybe just sick about it just a little bit. I hope you do, actually. I hope you actually get to a place and point here where you find the balance of expressing yourself and also find the other side of things of being humble and understanding a longer term story that happens with you this year. It's very important here for you to understand that you're about to go through a makeover. Venus comes to bestow blessings upon you, but because she will be going backwards in your sign in the summertime, You will have a makeover, literally. I wouldn't be surprised if you got a new haircut, you got new clothes, you had to change something, you had to change the way you relate to yourself. And then eventually how you relate to the rest of the world is about to go through a metamorphosis. This is huge. This is a rare deal. It doesn't happen all the time for this long, June to October. So get that in your head, get that in your world, and take the stance. Take the place of, I'm not saying you don't get to express yourself. I'm not saying we don't get to see you. We want to see you. We just want to see you reborn. We want to see you first reclaim the inherent essence of yourself, then bring in new things to carry that story. It could be the makeover I'm talking about, and it also, in the end, has to do with how you relate to the world and other people. Expect some of the time to be rocky. Expect some of the time to be amazing. In the end, by October, you will never be the same. I will be doing a video on Venus and Leo just alone here in June and talk about all the major dates and transits for that long cycle, and you'll be able to check that out. I got you. I see you. I honor you. Now honor yourself. So now that happens on the 5th. When we get into the 11th, Mercury, sign of communication and how we express ourselves, ideas, thoughts, and opinions, enters a air sign of Gemini, which is really good for you, and it connects in the area of your chart that deals with friends and community and how you interact in that place. A lot of times with friends and community, there's even people who are aligned with your vision and with the expressiveness that you want to do and show in the world, and they are supportive of that. And Mercury and Gemini is really going to amp it up there. Lots of sociability here with Mercury and Gemini and how you talk to a person, who you talk to, what group, so on and so forth. Put yourself out there. This is really good for you. June's an interesting month for you already here, so this just amps it up. I will say on that day that Pluto, which has been in the sign of Aquarius and which is now retrograde, is actually going to go back into Capricorn for the rest of the year. That goes into the part of your chart that deals with your daily activities, how you serve. And what I mean by service is how you do your little things and work day by day, your to-do list, so on and so forth. That has one more thing to be figured out and to be revamped and transformed, and that will be in the background there for the rest of the year. That's part of your revamping process that I'm talking about. When we get to the 18th of June, now we have a new moon, a new seed can be planted, and it's in the sign of Gemini, and we're back to that place again where Mercury is at this point that deals with community and friends and your alliances and your connection to that and how your dreams can be fulfilled through that place. So there's a new seed moment here in Gemini. So keep talking to people, keep expressing yourself, use balance in that butterfly way that Gemini can do with how it communicates, and there's connections to be made there. When we get to the 21st of June, the Gemini birthdays end, the Cancer birthdays start, a water sign Cancer, and then several days later on the 26th, Mercury leaves Gemini and leaves that place of community and communication and all that I was talking about and enters the touchy-feely, sensitive side of things in Cancer, and that enters the place of your chart that deals with meditative space, rehabilitation, and at times a little bit of the past of grief and sorrow. And there might be a little bit of conversation that happens here into the end of June, into the beginning of July that has to do with feelings, the past, and things that are hidden. I'll end it that way. And again, you're getting extra more than all the other signs. I really want you to really think about who you are and what you want to be. Not just how you look and what you wear. I mean, that's part of it too. But everything in your life that is connected to how you want to show up in the world and how to express yourself. Knowing that Mars is in Leo here in June, and then here comes Venus, and how it initially feels, and how you are basically on stage whether you like it or not. And by the way, there's some of you Leo risings that I call offstage Leos. You're not on the stage. If the stage opens up, Leos typically are the person to jump up on stage or look at me and look at me, right? And see what I do, or see what I want to share with you. But there's other Leos out there that don't do this, that they do things differently. They still want to be acknowledged and confirmed, rightfully so, but they're not the first to jump up on stage. So I want to acknowledge you, both you types of Leos too. Whatever the case, whatever type of Leo that you are, really try to understand and define your vision of yourself here in June, because you're going through a metamorphosis the rest of this year. And try to envision the end place, the place that you want to be, the place how you would like to be seen, how you would like to take your life core essence and what you want to do with that and how you show that to yourself and to the rest of the world. This is an important seed moment for you. You will never be the same after this Venus retrograde story that happens throughout the summer and into October. And by then, hopefully, my beautiful shining orb that you are, Leo, you get to share that bright light the way you want to share it, not just with yourself, but with the people that you care about and that you love. If you like this video, what I do, and it's the first time here, hit the subscribe button. Go to my website, Sparkles of Gold, share the video, make a comment down below. Tell me your story, will ya? And until next time, I'll see you on the next video.